Hello, everyone, and thank you for joining. Simpler Trading is thrilled to introduce you to Jonathan McKeever, aka Trendy John. From veteran of the U.S. Air Force to self-made man, Jonathan's journey to becoming a game changer in the day trading world is truly inspiring. Tonight, John, along with Melissa Beagle, will pull back the curtain on the transformative pre-market zone strategy. The PMZ blueprint helps pinpoint high probability trades and define risks, all while affording traders the freedom to unglue from the screen. Trendy, the floor is yours.
Hey, everybody. Good afternoon, good morning, good evening, depending on where you are around the world. I just want to say thank you so much for coming here and give me a few minutes of your time. I promise to make this quick, to the point, and at the end of this, we'll have Q&A. Tonight, you're going to learn about my magic pre-market levels. All right, so first question of the night. One, where are you guys from? If you're there and you're happy to be here, let's see a little bit of celebratory action out there in the chat room. Again, I really appreciate you guys here, but I want to ask you a question. Are you confused and overwhelmed with your day trading strategy? Or maybe you have so many strategies that you just want to buckle down and just concentrate on one. Well, tonight you're going to discover and reveal an objective daily zone where I can predetermine your risk to reward with zero guesswork. And here's the thing, folks, in all market conditions, all right? All market conditions. All right, so the first thing we're going to take a look at, that's right, this thing is, hopefully this doesn't scare you. This is a chart from today. All right, so this is a chart from today. And if you guys received the emails, you would have seen how powerful the PMZ is. But look at today's action right here. How did we know that the ES was going to drop? I mean, to be quite honest with you folks, what it comes down to, if you can know the difference between an up and a down, you can trade the PMZ. You might be asking, is this good for futures? Yes. Is it good for equity? Yes. Is it good for options? Heck yes. And you can even trade it on Forex. It is simple as knowing up and down. Okay, so this is what you're going to learn tonight. And tonight is very special. I hope you understand that. So I get to show off one of my students who is now a star and a trader at Simpler Trading, Melissa. You guys are going to get to learn about her account gains, but you're also going to learn about the trendy methodology that she's used for over a year now. She has an 80% win rate overall, folks, for over 1 year. That is really impressive considering the market conditions. And you have to say that is, yeah, I think this is the first time I've come across a trader and a student in one who is that miraculous. And I mean that. And then my newest tool, the Trendy Turn Signals, to give you that comfort that when we are looking at an entry, it's there to kind of give you that disciplined approach that you may be looking for. So also how to identify chart setting up for big moves at a quick glance. So who am I? I'm Jonathan McKeever, aka Trendy John. The acronym Trendy stands for something. T is for trend, R is for range. 3 is 3 to 1 because that's what we're looking for. Risk 1, get 3 in return. And then the N means no news. I'm big on no news. D is for demand and supply. And the Y, that is all about you. And that's why I'm here to teach you. And so that we can get you in the most comfortable state, that Zen state that I want to see you in when you go to take your next trade. I have 10 plus years of trading experience. And as I said, I trade options, futures, and equity. My passion for teaching you is more about a repeatable process. I was in your shoes at one time, and I just could not find that anywhere. So what's the main problem with trading mentors? There's a lot of good ones, and I have to say the majority that I have found are right here at Simpler Trading. Absolutely love this place. And if you love it too, let's hear about it in the chat room. But here's the thing, the lack of transparency, the false hope, students not being able to follow a process, not actually taking the trades using paper accounts. I'm talking about, gurus, people who are telling you they're doing this, but they're not actually doing it. I want to provide a level of teaching that paid the big bucks, that I paid the big bucks for. And to be very transparent, folks, I paid a lot of money, over $100,000+ just to learn about supply and demand. And part of that money was me losing. I'm not perfect, but one thing that I do have is I believe I have a perfect system to help you folks out. So the trendy lifestyle, what is it all about? Honestly, folks, it's about law of attraction. It's about being in love with things and keeping your chin up and, understanding that the market's not the easiest thing, but I love the lifestyle. I love teaching. I love being with my family. I live out here on the water in Florida, and there's nothing more that I want to teach you is whatever your lifestyle is. I want to give you the opportunity to be able to take a trade, walk away, and feel comfortable that you understand what your risk is before you get into that trade. That's what it's all about. And then at the end of the day, I want to show you transparency. Transparency like nobody is doing, folks. We have API alerts that are backed in to the back of Thinkorswim. As soon as I take a trade, you're going to see those trades within milliseconds, okay? So there's no question. And this is just a quick example so you guys can see that. This right here shows you if I'm trimming. It shows if I'm getting in. And by the way, folks, Melissa's alerts are the same exact way. You're going to know exactly what time we get in. You're going to know the quantity, and you're going to know if we get stopped out. You're going to know if we're trimming. You're going to know the price of it. You're going to know, again, the percentage, all right, and the quantity. So all of those things wrapped up in one. And I promise you, it's transparency like you've never seen it. So supply and demand trading. What is supply and demand trading? I am a professional supply and demand trader, and I have a certificate that has my name on it. But I tell you what, it's a lot of years and a lot of work, but the system that I developed for you is one that I am going to feel very confident that I'm going to take all of the years out of it, and I'm going to show it to you, and you're going to learn it very quickly. I'm very confident in that. I want to take the hard part out for you. I'll be showing you a couple other tools that I use. Just know tonight's about the PMZ, but I got some pretty cool stuff up my sleeve as well. So the trendy definition of supply and demand. I wanted to give you guys like real-time charts, folks. I don't know how many of you might have been in XLE this week, or maybe you were in oil futures. Maybe you got my weekly watch list, and I was super bullish on oil looking for 93 to 94. Well, that translates into XLE as well, folks. Supply and demand is all about identifying levels where institutions are lining up to buy and sell. We identify those, creating a box. You can see one is for green, where you want to go long, and a red one is where you want to start being careful and bringing those stops up. Now, underneath these, you'll notice that we have some levels and some lines. Those are the trendy edges. Those help identify supply and demand zones. I just want to show you that. So listen, if you're struggling with consistency, all right, planning your trades, execution, risk management, first of all, consistency, folks, the PMZ is there every single morning. It's going to show up on your chart. It tells you what your risk is before you get into the trade. Listen to me. It tells you what your risk is going to be. It's going to make you feel comfortable. Can you plan your trade? As long as you have a scanner right there, you can see what's in the PMZ scanner. I'll be showing you that in a few minutes. And then execution, you're going to feel confident because you understand what the risk is. I'm telling you, all these indicators, they're super awesome. I love them. But I have learned the secret sauce in life is understanding your risk before you take a trade. And I hope you find that as well. So allocation, time management, transparency, it's all right here. Most traders do, but I'm going to help you. In this webinar, I'm going to show you the magic pre-market zone, the PMZ, and how it's designed to solve all these problems we just talked about. So the power of knowing your entries and exits, I'm going to show you a couple examples, folks. All right. And I have a million of these that I can show you. One thing that I haven't said is the PMZ, folks. I created the PMZ almost a decade ago. This is not something that we just created and we got some stats on. We have back tested this thing since the inception of the market, and it works, and it works well, and it makes you feel comfortable, and you're going to love it. So check this out. When we're talking about the power of knowing it, imagine waking up in the morning knowing that you want to take Apple. You got this nice little box right here. This is your PMZ, and right here it tells you what your risk is for the day. So you could put that into your equity, your options, all of that. And so before you take the trade, I can sit here and say to myself, okay, if I take 100 shares of Apple and price goes over the top of this PMZ, I'm putting a stop at around 15 cents or 25 cents. Maybe you want to round it up because you feel like it's too tight. Now, what this pre-market zone is doing is it is identifying very special levels within the pre-market that help us get into our trade before most people do. Most people are looking for way too many different things to line up before they execute that trade. And believe it or not, we're typically trimming as other people are starting to feel confident. In this particular trade, you can see that we took the trade above the PMZ, and these lines represent where Melissa told the team in advance before the market was open where she was trimming. Okay, so what happened here was not only did we hit each trim and the final target, but look at the risk to reward. You're going long here over the PMZ high of about 174 and a quarter, and we were getting out around 176.75, but your risk was under a quarter. That's absolutely awesome. So what is the power of the PMZ? One, you can set and forget trades. All right. I don't know if you know what that means, but basically what I'm saying is you're literally getting into the trade because you know where it is. I'm going to teach you how to set up OCOs. I'm going to teach you how to do this set and forget stuff. This is all part of the plan, but it allows for the Zen type mindset that I want you to get into. I have to get into this every single day. And the only way that I can do it, folks, is understanding my risk. It allows for a true trading plan. I want you to wake up in the morning. I want you to be able to fish on your own. Do you understand that? Like, that is my passion. When I was first starting out trading, I was looking for a solution. I couldn't find it. I just couldn't. You're going to find that you can wake up and you could fish on your own with this PMZ trade. This is how we know if a trade has the potential for 20%, 100%. We look at the targets and we look at the risk before we even take the trade. But listen, there's a new way to add an additional confirmation to taking these trades. And listen, it's not just around the PMZ. This, folks, is the trendy turn signals. And the trendy turn signals are there to identify and make you feel just that much better. It's a tool, if you will. It's an arsenal belt. And when you put these things together, it's like you got what you need to succeed in this market. Notice these turn signals come in right where Melissa wants to get into the PMZ here. They also, at those levels where prices were turning down in Apple, you start to see the blue levels. They're yellow and blue. Yellow simply means it's confirming for a long entry. So basically what we're doing is we're just waiting for a setup, looking for those turn signals, and boom, executing. All right, guys. So this is my favorite part about tonight, and I truly mean that. As a mentor, as a teacher, it means the world to me. Literally, while I sit here and talk to you right now, my hairs are standing up. I almost feel like I want to get choked up. But she is a student to star, and she works here, she trades here, she teaches here, and she is so committed and so disciplined. And this, my friends, is not only my friend, but this is her and her husband, Chris, who I have just loved. I've just grown to love. And I'm just so happy that she's here. I feel blessed that you're able to also hear her. So from here, Melissa, go ahead and take it away.
Aw, thanks, John. Hey guys, I am so excited to be here tonight and just share some of my story with you. It was just 14 months ago that I was really struggling with consistency in my trading. I was struggling to find a process that I could use every single day, regardless of market conditions. Luckily, that's when I found John and the PMZ strategy. I committed to trading just it for 30 days. And let me tell you, in that first 30 days, I was able to double my account and I was hooked. The best part is, since then, this year, I've doubled my account 3 times while maintaining an 80% win rate. Now, the key for me was my discipline, and the PMZ strategy provides just that. But to be honest, my absolute favorite part of being a part of this now is that I get to help other traders learn this process. And so I hope all of you will join us and become a part of our trendy trading family.
Hey, thanks, Melissa. So I heard the word discipline in there, and I feel like, you know, I'm supposed to let you go right now, but I want to talk about a few things. If you all know Melissa and you've been, able to trade underneath her wings, you know that she's not like everybody. And when I say that, I mean that in the best way ever. How many folks have you ever seen that can keep an 80+% win rate for over a year, guys? We're not talking about, hey, the market's trending and I did really well for 2 weeks. We're talking a year. It's almost like unbelievable. But the crazy thing is, when I hear the word discipline and I hear how she's disciplined in teaching the room, that's how I just knew right from the start that this was definitely going to be a star trader. And when she says she journaled for 30 days, Melissa, I'm going to have to call you out. You journal every single day. You know every single move. You know exactly what you're doing. And you're so disciplined that you're even teaching me. And that says a lot. And I just want to say I really appreciate you.
Hey, no problem, man. Honestly, coming coming to Trendy and focusing on the PMZ strategy, that is what grew my discipline. Because how easy is it that I already know my risk? Whenever I get in a trade, I don't have to guess and I don't have to rely on hopium. It's really simple. If it closes below my stop, I stop out of the trade. But like I said, over 80% of the time, it's a winner. So, yeah.
Yeah, and thank you so much. And I'm actually just about to show some of your trades. So thank you so much. She'll be back on at the end, folks. So if you guys have Q&As, we'll both be there to talk to you. So again, thank you so much for that. All right, so I'm going to explain to you Melissa's trades here, and these are really special. I need you to understand she's giving you entry targets and teaching you all of this while she's doing it before the market opens. Okay, folks? At Simpler Trading, we're giving you the juice that you need in order to have a good day before the market opens. This is not last minute trade stuff, okay? So check out this Amazon trade right here. Price goes over the PMZ, she goes long. She's already told her folks where she's trimming. Notice every dot I put on here. This is where she's trimming her trade. She had an overall target that was right here. And here's the thing, the discipline, she's such a good steward of her money. I want you to notice here, not only is she trimming, guys, all right, and it's showing you how much she got in, what the strike was, but you can see here she's trimming. She's made 75%, and then at the end of this, it's 110%. And when Melissa hits her target, she uses trailing stops. And if you don't know how to use a trailing stop, she's going to teach you how to do that as well, okay? That's good steward of her money, and I absolutely love it. Check out this trade. This is Microsoft, and I really like this one, okay? And actually, before I move on, let's go back. So we're going to get the question, hey, John, how long do some of your trades last and so forth? So the cool thing is you're going to see the time down here. Notice she executed at 9:30, and she was out at the end of the day around 1400. That is basically like an intraday swing trade, if you will, okay? All right, so on the next trade on Microsoft, this one's special to me because Melissa is so determined and she understands the value of the PMZ. Notice she has a limit order in. If you folks don't know what limit orders are, that means she's not rushing. She did not rush to get into this trade up here. She waited for it to pull back to the PMZ. She executed at the top of the PMZ. She placed her stops under. She trimmed where she had already given the trims in the room before the market opened, and then she hits target again, folks. She gets out at 52%. She's closing at around $3.69. And what's special about this one, hey, if you're in a rush, she got in at 10:04 and she's out at 10:46. There's your time, okay? Next trade, this is CVX. This one's also special. Why is this one special? It's not a huge win. That's not what it's all about. Having the PMZ trade is being disciplined. It's about being sequential. It's about being methodical. And this type of trade setup, you could see that she takes her trade, she trims she needs to at 13 and 22%. But at the end of it, she follows her plan and she gets stopped out, folks, on the rest of her contracts for 3%. Okay, most traders would sit here and say, 3% is not a lot. But the thing is, she's so disciplined and been journaling this for so long that she understands that, hey, it's about a process. It's not about what she wants, right? So that's what she's sticking to. And it's really, really awesome. We'll get back and talk to Melissa after we're done here, guys. So this is very special. I think this baby right here, I said today in the room, this baby right here, the PMZ trade on, and it says SPZ, on the SPX, okay, this is from today, all right? And I want you guys to understand, the PMZ on a premium chart. If you don't know what a premium chart is, don't worry, we'll teach you. You're going to love it. The premium chart is actually the option, and it's charted on the chart itself. This one right here this morning, your PMZ risk was under $100, folks, under 100. Now, it's hard to see here, but it gave you an opportunity to take the put side over the PMZ. This is the value of the put going up. And remember when I told you that we could predetermine what our percent gains could be, what our percent would be in return? This is how we do it. We use predetermined levels here, and you could see right here where it says PMZ high, you're getting in on this particular put, all right, at $11 and about a quarter, $11 and a quarter. But listen, we know the level before the market opens. That's the difference, okay? So you're getting long at 11.50, and your trims, all right, if you got more than one contract, your trims are about 21. The trims at 28, and then we saw a high. Actually, the high today was 54. Now, when you're looking at the risk, and I'm going to put this in red right now, under $100, folks, and your return on this investment from 11 to 54, is that something you can get with? There's other tools that we can use to help you stay in that trade, and we're going to teach them to you guys, okay? But something so special, so popular is this PMZ when it comes to a premium chart, okay? Now, what about the scanner? Let's talk about the scanner. That's important, guys. I need you to understand that when I told you you could wake up out of bed, literally roll out of bed, grab a coffee, grab a juice, whatever it is, I bet you can be ready in about 10 minutes. That's insane. Now, listen, you got to wake up with us and be at the charts 30 minutes before the open. But listen, if you're stumbling out of bed, all you got to do is come over here, check out the scanner, and in this one I highlighted SPY. Okay, so check out SPY. It's in the PMZ. That's what that yellow is letting me know. And then the next chart, I go over to SPY. Listen, guys, this is all this week, okay? This isn't, I didn't have to go through charts and find a good setup. They're everywhere, all right? So this is the SPY on this day, and I know for certain this was under 50 cents, guys. 50 cents to take this trade. Notice on the open, we push up into that resistance, which is the PMZ. We break down, and 50 cents is never taken out, and your return on this day is about $5. 50 cents a risk for $5. I don't care if you're doing equity, if you're doing futures, if you're looking at options, that risk to reward was predetermined, and that's an awesome risk to reward. So what are the key takeaways when it comes to the PMZ? Well, the PMZ is a simple mechanical way to trade bigger moves, period. It really is. It's sequential, it's methodical, it's there for you every single day. The trendy turns, all right, they're arrows, yellow and blue arrows, and they're there to help you find and feel more comfortable about taking the trade. Not everybody's the same. Like I'm more aggressive, all right, and Melissa's a little bit more disciplined, a lot more disciplined. But if you're one of those who you need to take a little bit more time to take your trade, those trendy turn signals really help out. Matter of fact, they helped me nail the bottom today while I was sitting in a meeting. Sorry. The system, oh, let's go back. The system makes trading predictable in advance. I think I said that several times today. All right, so I have a suite of trading tools. It wouldn't be fair if I didn't tell you this, because the last thing that I want to do is get you in our trading room and you feel like you need other tools to continue your journey. The fact of the matter is, folks, you need nothing else for the PMZ. However, I have the trendy edges, and I have the EMA cloud, and I have the line in the sand. Okay, the trendy edges help identify supply and demand on several different time frames. They're color coded for different traders: swing traders, leap traders, intraday traders, and scalp traders. You pick the color. That's what they're specifically for, and then that's what you pay attention to. The EMA cloud itself is very robust. It changes colors based off of momentum and crossovers, and it also identifies supply and demand within candle structure. It's awesome. So the trendy edges, this is like a quick demo of what they look like. And basically what you're looking at is the lower level is identifying demand, and the higher level is identifying supply. Basically, we're trying to get in at demand, sell at supply, or get short in supply and cover our short in demand. The trendy bands, as I just explained, they're colorful, they're pretty, you know, they're there to help you stay in the trend, and that's what we're looking for, okay? And they're not, there they go. Let's go. So right there, notice this is what they look like. Okay, on here, they're a little dramatic with a little bit, you know, pretty purple, yellow, green, but ours go from red to green. And again, momentum change, it's identifying structure for supply and demand, and it's giving you some buy and sell signals within the bands. The PMZ, that's what we're here for tonight. This is an intraday trade, but I want to make sure you understand this. When I say intraday, it's intraday until proven otherwise. Some of these trades are intraday, and check it out. Boom, it goes up, you buy, stops go in, and you're trimming at targets. But a lot of times what happens, and I'm going to freeze this for a second, is that this trade can turn into a huge trade. And you've seen that, I mean, through email, through the different examples I'm going to show you. This trade, you may be looking for something quick, but it doesn't have to be that. Matter of fact, when we talk about beach trades or we talk about things that you got to take care of, you can set your order to go long or short and then walk away. Because guess what? That little risk tab that's up here in the corner, it's going to make you feel comfortable. You're already going to tell yourself, hey, I think I'm, you know, when I look at this, this is 50 cents a risk. I'm buying 200 shares. And if I get stopped out, this is how much money I'm going to lose. As long as I'm comfortable with that, and as long as you're comfortable with that risk, it's going to allow you to live the lifestyle that you want. And sometimes it's nice to get a break away from the screens, folks. So just know, if you love being in front of the screens, it's awesome. If you love to be away, it's fine too. So now that you guys are ready to join the room and join Melissa and I, this is what we are offering to you. And if you watch my last webinar, you know that I'm very passionate about this. So I please ask you to listen to me. When we look at this, you are getting a strategy class, not only with me, but also with Melissa. All right. So you're getting two professional traders who have a long history of trading, and you got somebody that's been trading this PMZ for so long that I know you're in good hands. Okay. And so you get the strategy class, you get the PMZ indicator plus the scanner, you get the trendy turn signals, and you get your monthly membership. And then this will renew, all right, on your anniversary month, but you do not get any of the other indicators. Okay. None of the other indicators. $797. Listen, folks, I'm gonna be honest with you. I know you see the value right here, but if anybody's with me, and I'm sure somebody's in the audience that's been with Trendy for a very long time, okay, they will tell you that this typical value is around probably around $2,200, folks. Okay, so this is an absolute steal. Now on the elite side, you're going to get everything. You're going to get all the indicators, okay, and you're going to get all the new stuff we talked about tonight. Plus, you're going to get a quarterly on top of that. All right, and again, it renews on your anniversary date. But again, folks, this is a limited time offer. So I just want to really stress to you that this stuff right here is at a great value. If anything, at the end of the day, you are going to get mentored and coached by some of the best and disciplined traders out there. And listen, let me not forget about our room. We have a family, and this family is strong and it's tight, and they are here to make sure you do better. I promise you that. All right. So it's not just about Melissa and I, it's about you. All right. And I know we all take pride in this room, and I can't wait to show you that. All right, guys. So what if you're already a member? Well, you're going to save about $100 right here. If you want that same plan, you get the strategy class, the indicator and scanner, the Tr3ndy turns, the new, and then you get that monthly. And again, $697. Holy cow. I mean, seriously, that is super inexpensive. And guess what? And then on top of that, you get this even cheaper again at $2,447. So limited time offer. All right. So make sure you take advantage of this. And in my eyes, this is a no-brainer, because this is the thing. We are going to show up for you. All right. I am not trying to show you something and have you come in and be like, what? Where's our setup? Where's our trade? Did you know that between Melissa and I, you're probably going to get anywhere between 2 to 4 trades? All right. 1 to 3 a day at minimal. I'm trading futures first thing in the morning. All right. Melissa's got 3 names every morning that she's looking at. It doesn't mean that she'll execute all 3, but most likely she's executing 1 to 2 of them. So, I mean, you're getting a volume of trades, folks. You are going to definitely get your money's worth. So, what if you have all my indicators? And you're like, okay, we're finally here. I got all your indicators, John. Well, this is for you. For non-members, you're looking at $397. And for members, you're looking at $347. You're going to get that strategy class right here, and you're also going to get the Tr3ndy turns. Okay, so you're going to get both of those. Again, very inexpensive. Again, sorry, simpler. I'm going to tell you right now, if this was me, I mean, wow. You get a class and this for $397. This is an awesome price. All right. Next thing, if you want to call support, it's 512-266-8659, or you can email support@simplertrading.com. If you're in and you're wondering, how much do we trade? Monday through Friday, guys, you're going to see us 8 to 10:30. We're not going anywhere, though. I put these times on here because I am human. I got to use the bathroom. I got to get lunch. You know, there's things that I like to do here in the office, but I want to make sure that you understand you are getting education nonstop. And all you have to do is ask questions if there's anything else you want. Okay. All right. So coming over here, say you're interested, but you're kind of, you're not quite understanding if you want to. This is awesome. PayPal, 0% interest for 6 months. It's a no-brainer in my book. You got, this is amazing. So folks, I look forward to trading with you. Melissa looks forward to trading with you. And now we're going to open up and answer any questions you folks might have. So again, here we are. So if you have any questions, please bring them on. We'll be happy to answer those. And Melissa, thanks again.
Absolutely, John.
Yeah, absolutely. So did I hit my 20-minute mark, folks? So I talk pretty fast, but I want to keep your attention. And, I hope that really works out well for you. So are we looking for questions? I'm not necessarily seeing questions over here. Let's see.
I saw someone ask, John, if the PMZ works just for the New York session. And I was going to say that we also have a pre-market zone that is special for overnight trading.
Yeah. So guys, can you still see my screen? So I actually gave this trade out before we came in here. So if you don't follow me on what used to be called Twitter, it's called X. I actually gave this out, Melissa, for tonight's night PMZ trade, and it's already working. Matter of fact, you're almost to target. So if you guys follow me, you already got the free trade. You probably already paid for the first membership. I'm just saying. So this one tonight, your risk is 2 points. I put that out on X. You guys could see it right here. This is me letting you know. Okay, here's tonight's PMZ. That's right. There's one for the night session too. So it's kind of great that somebody asked that question. So yes, we have a night PMZ, and then we also have the morning or the day, the regular trading hours PMZ. That's right. So am I missing, Lorna? If you're out there, I don't see any questions unless I made it very clear. I'm not seeing anything come through on my end, folks.
John, I think we need to just scroll the chat and find questions. So if y'all have a question, just put it in the chat and we will answer some of these. I know a lot of you are asking if this is being recorded. Everything at Simpler is recorded and you will get it in your email. So
Yeah,
I'm
for
going to
sure.
answer that one right off.
Yeah. Yeah, okay. So there's nothing in chat, no other questions in chat?
I'm looking.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
You're welcome.
I'm old, folks, so like I'm like, where's the chat? I'm looking for the chat, but
Is it applicable on futures market, John?
what's that?
Is it applicable on futures market?
Oh, 100%, guys. We're trading the PMZ every single morning on NASDAQ and ES. So what you're going to get with us is when we open up in the morning, I'm always going to give you a blueprint on ES and NASDAQ. I'm going to tell you where the entry long and the entry shorts are, and I'm going to tell you what that risk is. So just like tonight. So let's go to a live chart here really quick, if you don't mind. And we will pull that up just to kind of answer some of those questions. And let's get the...
While John's doing that, I'm going to answer. Neil, you asked, what instruments did Melissa trade? And I can answer that really fast. I'm a directional options trader. And what that means, I don't trade spreads. I trade from a cash account, and I trade straight up calls or puts on options.
Yeah. And so another thing, so this is the PMZ trade from the ES futures tonight, folks. So this is your ES futures trade. Your risk was 1.95 and your return as of right now is about 6 points. So not bad at all. We hit our first target. So yes, we definitely use ES and NASDAQ. Okay.
Another question, Ed asks, how many trades make up that 80%? And luckily, John asked me that question whenever we were talking about my win rate. And over the last year, what was it, John? It was over 2,000 trades. I forget.
Yeah. So I think, on average, Melissa's trading in, I wouldn't say high volume where it's over trading. I would never say that Melissa over trades. She's probably trading on average 1 to 3 trades a day. And but depending on market conditions. So that's why I feel like it's so impressive. This is not somebody that like comes into the market and says, I'm trading at 80% and she only takes 2 trades a week. Guys, like seriously, we have setups every single day, 80% wins. I've seen anything from, 2% gains all the way to 400, 600% gains. So it just kind of depends. What we're going for is consistency. Please understand that. I have a question here from Bill Taylor. Will the strategy course show us how to identify the levels for trims? Heck yes. That is our goal. Matter of fact, Melissa has been in the classroom here for the last 2 weeks or week where she's showing nothing on the screen except for the PMZ. That's it. And how to find those targets. So these targets here tonight, folks, I put these on here without even using any other indicators except for the PMZ. And again, you could see that's a beautiful move outside of that PMZ. Can you share the back testing results on the PMZ for ES? So the back testing results, I could definitely do that. Just email me if you will. At jonathan.mckeever@Simpler Trading, and I will definitely have that conversation. It's Well, I mean, I don't know. Look at Melissa at 80%, 1 to 3 trades a day. She executed 3,000 times. It there's a lot of back testing going on. I bought the class back in June. What is this class that wasn't in the previous class? So Bruce Goodman, this one is specifically on the turn signals, how to line those turn signals up with our PMZ, with our edges, but also just to really drill into the PMZ itself. If you're struggling or if there's other things that you need to know, I want to make sure that we're really detailed about the PMZ itself. Okay.
John Carroll asked, does it work with currency futures?
It works with currency. Yes. We've had that question. It works with pairs, Forex, all that good stuff. Let's see. TK, this is a great question. So you'll teach TOS active trader? Heck yeah. I'll definitely teach that. It's my favorite. Matter of fact, I told my wife this morning and I told the class if I wasn't doing anything, I'd be sitting in front of that SPX premium chart every single day. Yeah, I definitely will be teaching that.
Alicia asks, how often are you and Melissa in the simpler trading room? And Alicia, I will say, this is not a guarantee, but I would say 90% of the time, either John or myself is in the room available to help with any questions or anything that you might need.
Yeah, I would say 90% of the time we're there. Friday is the one day that I really try to commit folks to leaving the market after 10:30, whether that's sitting on my dock, hanging out with my wife, taking her out for a date or something like that, going out on the boat with my neighbor, like something. I really like and enjoy my lifestyle, and Fridays are definitely that after 10:30. Okay.
CJ is asked. Oh, sorry.
Claudia asks, what do you mean with risk? That's the cost of the option. So the risk, what I mean by that is, let's say that you have a Delta 50. All right. I'm just going to give you some quick numbers. Let's say that you have a Delta 50 option. That means if your stock goes, let's say you're taking a call, that means for every dollar the underlying equity goes up, you're looking at about $50 of return in that option, right? Well, if the PMZ is 50 cents a risk on a 50 delta, then if you get stopped out, you're looking at roughly about $25 a loss on that particular option. So we can define it by looking at the delta. I'm going to teach you all that stuff in the class. Okay. And then what was your question there, Melissa?
CJ is, sorry, John. CJ is wondering if the trendy turns are just for the PMZ or do they work for other levels?
No. Okay. Great question. How many of you guys out there have John's quant pivots, right? This is kind of off the cuff, but let me take a screenshot real quick. So I nailed this bottom today while Melissa and I were in a meeting. And again, this is a great representation. These are the trendy turn signals, folks. And if you got to watch John today make a killer trade, not only did it come into one of the quant pivots, it also came into demand over here. And our trendy turns were right there, man, to save the day. And then this was a killer move. Melissa, you and I were in a meeting when that happened. And then this was the exit up here at the PMZ. All right. And then you can see we got a trendy turn right there to let us know, hey, calm down. You had a good time. We're finished now. All right. So no, you can use the turn signals on all levels. My biggest thing is to pay attention to my levels. And then I look at the trendy turn signals. Kenneth Hill, can you show trendy turns on your chart again? Is this something new? It is, Kenneth. It's definitely new. Let me minimize this real quick, and I'll bring you over to a actionable, or actually, I just kind of showed you on that. So here's your PMZ on Thinkorswim. All right, you guys can see here, we actually got a trendy turn, this yellow, as we were moving up through the PMZ, and this was the trade to the upside. Again, only 2 points of risk today, and you're already at almost 5 points there. So about $250 a contract.
This is a great question.
Yeah.
Thomas asked, what are the dates of the class?
What are the dates of the class? So I probably need that information. I didn't see a slide on that. Mimi, we got that? Maybe you can send that over to me. Saturday, October the 7th at 10 o'clock Eastern. All right. The 7th at 10 o'clock Eastern. And of course, it will be recorded as well. Yep.
This is definitely your question, John.
Mm-hmm.
Christopher asks, I day trade SPX. Will this support that?
Yes, 1000%. If you got to see that premium chart, then you know exactly what we'll be looking at. And just so you know, you can trade SPX off of the ES PMZ every single morning and night. So, well, not night, but the day. Sorry. Do they work in TradingView? So yes, I was just showing the chart of the PMZ. The only thing that you do not have in TradingView is the ability to scan. All right. So just please understand that. Does Melissa only trade the PMZ? Is her win rate from PMZ trades only? That's a good one, Matt.
You want me to answer?
Yes.
Okay. No, Matt, I don't just trade the PMZ, but as far as day trading goes, 90% of my day trades are based on the PMZ. I also swing trade shorter term and late trade all directional options. But the 80% for the year is all of my trades.
And Woo Jun Kim, what is the trendy edge? The trendy edge is a level that identifies the playing field of the supply and demand. Yep. And I've been using these for, it's pretty close to a decade now. Yeah. And the cool thing about our levels, guys, by the way, trendy edges, line in the sand, the EMA cloud, the PMZ have never changed. We don't change them. They're going to stay the same. They're reliable.
Yeah, so that answers this question from Stephen about updates and how they're pushed out. There are no updates.
Yeah, there's no updates. If you buy the indicator, do you need a yearly subscription? No, I don't think so, Claudia. And I apologize. Maybe Lorna or somebody like that can answer in chat. I don't think so. Yeah, the answer is no.
Dave Phillips asks, your methodology seems to focus on shares rather than options. Is that true? I don't trade equity. I only trade options. So no, you can trade options.
Yeah. So I like trading equity, but I prefer to trade equity when the premium's too high or if I just feel like it's a little crazy out there. But I'm primarily options as well. And let's see here. If you buy the indicator, no, I already answered that. What time frame do you use on your chart? So my favorite time frames, folks, are going to be, and this is crazy, but so Melissa is like, she likes to swing trade too, but probably not as much as me. She is really dialed down on the intraday to, I would say, 1 to 3 days. I prefer to look at really high time frame charts. So I like looking at anything from a quarterly to a monthly to a weekly, then a daily. Then I look at the 4 hour and then the 5 minute time frame. Yep.
Amir asks, can you use the scanner for futures?
Yes, you sure can. Yep. You can. Matter of fact, folks, I'm going to just be really frank. I think that, and I sound biased, I understand, but I think that the PMZ is the best indicator for futures, 100%. There's just no thinking, like you don't have to overthink things. It's pretty straightforward.
John, some people are asking for you to show the link again for them to buy.
Yeah, so we're right in here. This is the link here.
Do we know how long the discount will be available?
Yeah, so we'll be having another webinar next Wednesday as well. But this limited time offer, I would definitely take advantage of that. So again, guys, I just want to say thank you so much for taking the time. I appreciate you. And we'll be reaching out and seeing you soon at the Tr3ndy Trading Room. Melissa, thank you so much. To everybody at Simpler, thank you so much for your support. We had a great night. You guys have a great night.
Bye.